So I'll start. All right. So we're just going around the room and talking about the best thing and the worst thing about today so far. And we have two Anastasias and two Katyas today, and one Nadia and one Alexander. So we've been through Alexander, Anastasia, M. Let's go to Katya. Would you like to tell us about the worst thing and the best thing about today?
Yes, sure. Thank you. The worst thing about today, I was waiting for delivery during all day, and they didn't call me and didn't deliver my box. So I was upset. Yes, and the second thing about the best thing, and this is when I picked my daughter from up from school, she was full of happiness. So I was glad. I was so happy, and it's like a deal for all evening. So everything is okay this evening. No problem. No something what we need to
That's
solve. No problem for solving.
That's great. That's great. It's funny how infectious happiness can be, especially from children.
Yes.
Thank you, Katya. Let's go to Anastasia.
Hello. The best thing about today is now, I suppose, because I'm drawing now the painting by the numbers. I don't
Oh
know
yeah, yeah.
how does it.
Paint by
And
numbers.
yeah, and the worst thing was that two of my lessons were cancelled, and it's always happening in autumns or falls, because many children are sick or ill at this time, and many of my lessons are canceling or are cancelled.
What do you teach, Katya? Katya?
Nastya, math, mathematics.
Mathematics. I see. I see. So do you do private lessons?
Yes, private online lessons.
Okay, cool. All right. Thank you for telling us about that.
Thank you.
We have another Katerina. Katerina?
Hello.
Hello.
I think about the best thing today, but I can't remember. Everything is okay, but the worst thing was that I fall down the bottle of milk today and spill the milk. It was the worst thing. Yes.
That reminds me of a saying we have in English called that goes, "Don't cry over spilt milk. Don't cry over small things." I'll have to send it to you after this. But it's funny. I'm sorry about your milk.
Thank you.
So how about you, Nadia?
Hello.
Hello.
The best thing about today is that our friends from German invited us, and next week we will go to Bremen. And the worst thing is today is Monday, and the weekends was very short.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I haven't told you mine, but I only just started my day, so I don't really have a worst thing yet. The best thing is probably this cup of coffee. This is exactly what I said last time I did this lesson. Okay. So let's move on. We're going to talk about some adjectives and adverbs, and I just want to briefly go over the difference between them, and then we can do some more speaking exercises. So basically, adjectives are words that describe or modify nouns or pronouns. So we use an adjective to describe a noun, a thing or a person, and they can provide us with information about certain things about the noun. Adverbs are words that we use to describe or modify verbs, so action words. So you can usually tell the difference between an adverb and an adjective because there's an ly at the end of the adverb, but not always. There are some exceptions. For example, you can change good from an adjective into well as an adverb. Fast stays the same as an adverb, and so does hard. But most of the time, you add ly to the end of the word. So let's just look at some examples. Here is a list of short sentences with adjectives. The new car is very expensive. So that's the adjective in this one. Whereas in this one, we've got she sings beautifully. So that's describing the way that she's singing. And so that's an adverb. So let's go through the room and take it in turns. Let's start with Anastasia M. Could you identify the adjective in this phrase here? The old book was dusty and tattered.
Old is adjective.
Yeah.
And dusty and tattered.
Tattered, yeah.
Tattered.
That means like falling to pieces. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well Katya, this one here, she is a talented musician. Which one's the adjective?
Talented.
Yep, that's right. Okay, other Anastasia, the beautiful sunset painted the sky with vibrant colors. You've got a few.
Beautiful. Adjectives are beautiful and vibrant or vibrant.
Vibrant, yeah.
Vibrant.
Okay. Katerina? The little puppy wagged its tail with excitement.
I don't know. Wait.
So it's describing the puppy.
Little?
Little, yes, little.
Mm.
Little puppy wagged its tail with excitement. Okay. My little puppy is barking. I don't know if you can hear it in the background. Okay. If I miss anyone out, please let me know, because I'm just going through the list and sometimes the list of names moves. So we've done, how about Alexander, could you do this one? His angry outburst surprised everyone. Which one is the adjective?
It's angry.
Yep, that's right. Okay, Nadia, the tall tree cast a long shadow. There's two adjectives in there.
Maybe tall and long.
Yes, that's right. Okay, have I missed anybody? All right, Rebecca, you can have a turn. The friendly dog
Okay.
greeted us with a wagging tail.
Okay, it's friendly.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. And also in this one we're using wagging as an adjective.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to the beginning. Anastasia M, her bright smile lit up the room.
Right.
Yes, that's right. Okay, Katya, the delicious aroma of freshly baked bread filled the kitchen.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Freshly, it's adverbs.
Freshly is an adverb. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Freshly.
Freshly baked.
Baked.
It's
Yes.
adjective.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. Okay,
Mhm.
cool. All right, so now we're going to move on to these adverb phrases. So you're going to identify the adverb in the sentence. Let's go to Anastasia, number 2.
He ran quickly to catch the bus. Quickly is adverb. An adverb.
Yes, well done. And Katerina, the kids played outside joyfully.
Joyfully.
Yes, that's right. Alexander, he speaks softly when he's nervous.
I think softly.
Yep, that's right. Okay, and Nadia, the bird chirped loudly in the morning.
Loudly.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, is that everybody? Had a second turn? Okay, we'll go back to the start. Anastasia M. She laughed heartily at the joke.
Hardly.
Heartily. Yep.
Heartily.
Yeah, cool. Katya, they walked slowly through the forest.
Slowly, adverb.
Yes, that's right. Okay, and
Me.
yep, the car stopped suddenly at the red light.
Suddenly is adverb and the red is adjective.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Katerina, the rain fell steadily throughout the night.
Steadily.
Yes, that's right. Alexander, last one, he read the story aloud to the class.
Aloud.
Yes, that's right. So that's an irregular one. Okay, cool. So now let's just go through one more exercise and then do some more talking. So this time I'm going to read you a sentence and you're going to tell me whether the underlined word is an adjective or an adverb. So this time I'll just let anyone can call out the answer. We're not going to go through the class. So the bird sang melodiously in the tree. Is melodiously an adjective or an adverb?
Adverb.
Adverb, that's right. The cozy blanket kept her warm all night. Is cozy an adjective or an adverb?
Adjective.
Adjective.
Yes. The curious child asked many questions. Curious?
Adjective.
Adjective. The red roses in the garden smelled fragrant.
Adverb.
This one's actually an adjective. That's a tricky one because we're talking about the roses smelling fragrant. Yeah. Okay, that's a tricky one though. So that's an adjective. His messy room needed a good cleaning.
Adjective.
The talented artist painted a stunning portrait.
Maybe somebody
Adjective.
else.
This one's an
Adjective.
adjective. Yeah. She danced gracefully across the stage.
Adverb.
Adverb. Yep. The music played softly in the background.
Adverb.
Adverb.
Adverb. The team worked diligently to meet the deadline.
Adverb.
Adjective.
Adverb.
Adverb.
Yeah. Worked
Yes.
diligently. He spoke
Mhm.
confidently during the presentation.
Adverb.
Adverb.
Adverb. Yeah, we're talking about the way he spoke. Okay, cool. So now let's go through the room again and do some speaking. And I'd like you to talk to me about, I'll give you a few minutes to prepare, or I'll ask Rebecca to go first so you can prepare. But describe an experience that made you feel one of these emotions. So these are the adjectives from, these are the from your vocabulary list that I sent out. So you can just pick either one and talk about an experience, or one or two. but just have a little think about them first, and then tell us about an experience that made you feel one of these things. And if you don't mind, Rebecca, I'm going to pick on you to go first so that everyone else can have a few moments to prepare what they're going to say. So
Sure,
Rebecca,
no worries.
can you pick one or two of these emotions and describe an experience that made you feel one of these emotions?
Well, enthusiasm. One of the things that I am doing is I am learning, trying to learn Ukrainian. It's little by little. So, for example, I have many Ukrainian colleagues at work, and they are like really nice, helping me. So sometimes we don't have much time to talk, but when I can talk, I can like say to them hi in Ukrainian, or how are you, or really small things. And when they understand me, I feel really, really enthusiastic. So this is one emotion. Another emotion is, for example, I was in the chat, in the Balkan chat, and I am greeting like people in Spanish because this is my mother tongue. And one of the mentors started to speak to me in Spanish. He is not like a native Spanish speaker, but his Spanish is really, really good. And this made me feel surprise and joy. So these are three emotions. I don't know if you want another anecdote.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rebecca. And hopefully that's given everyone a little bit of time to prepare. And let's start this time with Katerina. Can you pick one of these words and tell us about an experience that made you feel that way?
I think I have more time. Please.
Would you like more time? Sure. Okay. Is
I
anyone?
can say,
Okay.
I
go
can
on.
say, I was surprised because pigeons decided to have a nest in my balcony. And this is Yeah, so,
Oh dear. I bet that made a lot of mess.
yes, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Would anyone else like to volunteer? Anyone else ready?
Yes.
Sure.
Am I right that these words are nouns, and we should remake them into adverbs?
You should make them into adjectives in this one.
Oh, adjectives. Yes.
Yes.
I want to remember the word anticipation because there was the perfume named by named with this word,
Mhm.
and I knew the name of this, but I didn't remember what does it mean. And now I know that it is waiting for something. Yeah,
That's right.
and I think I had anticipation. Um, for example, when we have tickets for going to Czech or Czech. Yes, no, it is very pleasure. Not waiting, but looking forward to. I don't know.
So
Can I
one way
say
that
that?
we often use that phrase is to say you feel a sense of anticipation, a sense of anticipation,
Sense of
a sense of anticipation.
a sense of anticipation. Does it connect it with love or with some part of life or any waiting?
It usually gives you a feeling of excitement but it isn't
Huh?
necessarily good or bad. So you can be, as a verb, we can say you are anticipating. It means you're waiting for something to happen.
Mhm.
So it doesn't necessarily mean something good or bad.
Okay.
So
So
I anticipate that the next lesson is going to be, for example, difficult or easy. Do you know what I mean?
mhm. Yes, yes, thank you.
Okay, that's good. All right. Anybody else would like to have a turn?
Yes, I can.
Go ahead.
Last week I was proud for me because last week I took part in C1 group discussions, and before that class I thought that I couldn't discuss anything, but last week I took part and discuss many themes fluently, and that is why I was proud.
Okay, yeah. We ended up having a great conversation though, didn't we? I thought it was a great conversation. Yeah.
Yes, it was great.
All right. I hope you come back next tomorrow for the C.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good. Would anybody else like a turn? Anybody else ready?
Sandy, let's I try.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Maybe I was really angry when my car broke,
Mhm.
but now I'm surprised because I can fix it and it will be cheap.
Oh, yeah, that's great. So you started out angry and now you're surprised, and then you were surprised and now you're another good word there would be relieved. You feel relief that it's going to not cost you so much.
Okay, thank you.
That's a good one. Thank you, Alex. All right. Anybody else?
I can.
Go ahead.
2 weeks ago, I feel sadness because my husband can't travel with us in another country, and I feel sadness about it.
Yeah, understood. That must be very difficult. Okay, anybody
Yes,
else?
that's all.
I can try.
Go ahead, Nadia.
I work as a psychologist, and every day I meet different people with different problems. That's why it's very important for me to have empathy.
Empathy. Yep.
Empathy.
Yeah. How do you sorry, maybe this is a difficult question, but how do you disconnect from work and your own life? Do you have to try to only think about work things during work time and not take it all home with you? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand you. It's the most difficult in my profession.
Yeah. I imagine it's difficult to leave to stop thinking about it afterwards. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else like a turn? I think we've been through everybody. Have we? Yeah, okay, I think that's everyone. All right, so now we're going to switch things up a little bit. And we're going to talk about an action that you carried out in a certain way. So now we're going to use these adverbs. So just this time you're going to be talking about something that you did, and you're going to describe the way you did it with one of these adverbs. Sorry. So Rebecca, if I can pick on you again to go first.
Yeah, sure.
Can you pick one of these or a different one? If you don't like any of these ones, you can use a different one to describe the way that you did something.
Mm-hmm. For example, I am doing a present for my mother. My mother writes every day, like in a messages that she sends on WhatsApp to her friends, like have a good day and these kind of things. So for her birthday, I am creating a book by hand with all her thoughts and messages that she has written to her friends. I am doing this lovingly, but also really slowly because I am not good at making and creating drawings. Initially, I was using postcards that I like copy paste
Yes.
because she likes flowers very much.
Yeah.
But then I decided to to draw by hand, and oh my god, I I regret this because I'm not good. So it's really a slow process.
Slow process. Okay. So your adverbs in there are lovingly and slowly. So you're doing this thing for your mother lovingly and slowly.
But
That's
slowly.
great. Awesome. Thank you so much. Would anybody else like to volunteer?
Yeah, me.
Go ahead.
I used to live my life anxiously, and suddenly, when the war came, my anxious went, or I don't know. It's very strangely, or just strange.
Just strange. Just strange. It's very strange.
It's very strange that my brain is feeling comfortable when it's dangerous outside. I don't know how
A
it's
crisis. Yeah. It's interesting. So one
works. Yes,
thing, you said you could
anxiously.
you could change that to a noun to say anxiety. Your
I
anxiety.
felt
Your
I felt
anxiety.
anxiety. Yes.
So you felt you lived your life anxiously, but then when the war started, your anxiety disappeared.
Yes, I had panic attacks, and they had disappeared.
Wow.
It's very strange, but
I
don't know
it's
what
a
to
good
explain.
thing. I suppose it's a good thing that
Yes.
they're not happening anymore. But maybe maybe you're one of those people who are calmer during a crisis.
Yes, and I think that when the war ends, I should go, but as a journalist, I don't know, in hot points of the world. I don't know. It's just my thoughts. It's sounds very strange for me, but I will think.
That's really interesting. Thank you for telling us about that.
Thank you. Yes.
Would anyone else like to tell us something that they did in a certain way?
I can.
Go ahead.
Every time when I try to provide some rules with my parents, I look guiltily. Yeah.
Okay. You look
That's it.
guilty. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, because it's with my parents, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyone else like to go? I'll tell you about some.
I
Okay, go ahead.
can when I started at university, we have many broadly many broadly lections, and it was hard to me to sit and listening to my teacher, and because of that broadly lessons, every time I wanted to sleep.
Okay, so there's actually, because you're describing the lessons, you would say that the lessons were boring rather than boredly. So boredly would be when you're describing an action. So you boredly is quite an unusual word to use in any case, but because you're describing the lessons, you're describing a noun, so you would say that they are boring rather than bored. But you could say you attended the lesson boredly. Does that make sense?
Or my teacher read boldly lessons for us, for example.
Yeah. Boringly, if you're describing the way that they do it as boringly. Another one that's quite a strange, boredly is an unusual adverb. So if you're describing the lessons themselves, it's better to use an adjective. But if you're describing the way someone recites, for example, the lessons, I hope that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like a turn? We've just got a few minutes left, so this is your last chance to do some speaking before the next lesson anyway. Okay, then let's leave it there. So let's just briefly go over, recap what we did. So we made this distinction between adjectives and adverbs, and I can send a copy of this lesson in the Telegram chat for anyone who would like a copy. We're going to continue on the same theme, but look at some different exercises in the next 2 lessons this week. So yeah, just continue to look at that list of vocabulary, and you can look up some exercises on adjectives and adverbs if you'd like to do some more. I also encourage you to practice in your head, talking to yourself in English. So maybe if you're doing something, think about the way that you're doing it, and maybe add one of these adverbs. Or if you're thinking about a thing, how does it make you feel? So just try to revise some of these words to yourself in your head over the next day, and I'll see everyone, I hope, tomorrow at the next lesson. Okay, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.